I think. No, I didn't kill him. Someone else did, I think.
Kill two.
I got 3 heavy bleeds, Tim. I'm gonna die. Nice. Let's go, Tim.
How you guys and girls doing today? Tim and I, when they hear y'all, welcome back to the channel. Like I always say, I appreciate and I love every single one of y'all that watch my videos. And if you enjoy this kind of content, please make sure to hit those buttons down below, like the like and sub button. And if you really enjoy this content, y'all, please make sure to leave a comment down below because I love talking to every single one of y'all. But with that being said, let's get straight into it. So I'm going to have this video broken up into 2 sections. One, I'm just going to talk about my experience with Arena, and number 2, I'm just going to talk about, do I think Arena is going to break Tarkov or split the community, because I've seen that being talked about a lot. Another thing, I'm just going to have the gameplay running in the background. So this is just a rambling video, y'all. Nothing too special or crazy is going to be going on. I'm just going to be talking. You're going to see me going through the menu for the first time, looking at the loadouts, looking at the characters, how the leveling system works and everything before we go into a game. Just unraw, Jesus Christ, unedited gameplay and background footage. So, y'all, what I'll say is this: when it comes to the experience of Arena, it was exactly what you would expect from a Call of Duty game mode in Tarkov. It was running and gunning. You got right into the action. Because of the way that the ranking system works, you're not going to be going up against people who have Fort Armors and M4s and things like that. So you're going up against people who are in your rank, in your tier system, I guess you could call it, if you want to call it that. And yeah, most of the maps, of course, they're a smaller, way smaller cut down version of the maps that we're already accustomed to. For example, like Woods, and some things are like Interchange, but for the most part, you could say they're quote unquote newer maps, and you interact with the environment really fast. By the time you get in, you might die off spawn, 3 seconds after the bell rings and the announcer's blowing out your eardrums because he's screaming so loud. You might instantly die to a grenade being tossed in your direction. That's how close quarters it is. So it was everything that I expected, really, after watching the gameplay. I'm not trying to sound like a Debbie Downer or anything. I'm not saying that it was bad, but it was what I expected. Like, it wasn't like oh, whoa, this is revolutionary, state of the art. Oh my God, this is never before seen. It's just Tarkov mixed with team deathmatch, What I will say is I do like the ranking system that they do have in place. I like that you're able to go down certain operators, and as you go down those operators and use them and you gain experience and stuff like that, at points you're able to unlock the next operator in line, which will then allow you to get better weapons or specific weapons, armor and grenades, meds and stuff like that for that operator. So I do like that. There's no created class yet where you're able to just pick and choose what you want, but I do like, of course, Assault, CQB, Scout, and all the things you can go down. So that will definitely keep it interesting to have those ranking systems in place and to have people that you get to choose from. And it also gives you, like I said, something to work towards. Like, you see, I want to use, for example, I want to use the HK416, right? That's one of my favorite guns. If not my favorite gun, I'm going to have to go through 5 or 6 operators and use 5 or 6 different guns to finally be able to get to that operator in that ranking system or in that tier and be able to use them, right? So it keeps you engaged, it keeps you interested. It's not something that I think is just going to immediately die once it's officially released. I definitely think it's going to be something that sticks around for a long time. Now, on to the second part of the video. What do I think it's going to do to Tarkov? And to be honest, y'all, I don't think it's going to do anything like bad to Tarkov at all. If anything, I think it's going to be great for Tarkov. It is something that people have been looking for a long time. And whether or not you didn't want to play Tarkov because of, the open world element, you just wanted to have the PvP aspect of it, or gear fear, or, you wanted to return to the game but didn't have a valid reason to, all of these things come together and work for your favor when it comes to Arena. And for me personally, when I look at Arena, I look at it as something extra that I can play on the side. You ever get shit on in Tarkov so many times and you're like, God damn, I'm getting shit on and I want to get off this dumbass game, but I don't want to get off. But I also don't want to do offline mode because that's pointless, and I don't want to run my scav either, but I still want to play. That's what Arena will be for me. It'll be something that I can get on when the main Tarkov, I guess you could say, is fucking me over, or when I get bored of it, right? You know, eventually you can only do quests so many times. You get to a certain point, you get the flea market, you get everything else, and then it's just rinse and repeat with the maps. At least Arena is something, like I said, it gives you something else to grind for, right? So that's the first thing that I think of it. I think that it's really good, and I think that it's going to definitely help out with boredom in Tarkov overall. Now, what I will say is this, though. I will say that, and once again, please, y'all, I beg of you, leave a comment down below as to what your opinions are on it, because I love hearing from the community. I love you guys. You jingle my jewels. I will say this. I don't think that it's going to be a replacement for Tarkov or help you to get better overall at Tarkov. Me and my friend were going back and forth, and I'll share the conversation or some of it with y'all, right? So you could say I was on more of the pessimistic side, and he could have been on the optimistic side, if you want to say that. I was saying that since Arena doesn't have the elements or aspects that Tarkov has in it, improving in Arena is not really going to show in Tarkov like improving a Tarkov would show in Arena, because you're missing the basic fundamentals, and you're missing things like map knowledge, gear fear, right? When you go into an actual raid in Tarkov, you're going to be moving and playing completely differently than when you're going to be playing Arena, because if you're playing Arena, you might say, and this is, like I said, everyone has different viewpoints. You might say to yourself, oh, well, I'm playing Arena, and if I get shit on, it doesn't matter because I'm not losing anything. So since I'm not losing anything, there's no need for me to sweat or break my back or nothing like that, right? And so that's the way I was thinking of it. I was like, oh, well, I don't think that there's really a point of playing Arena to try to get better at Tarkov, maybe to warm up before raids, right? I could see that. I could see myself getting on Arena, and instead of going into my hideout and just aiming at a bunch of targets or going into offline mode and turning on scabs, I say, okay, you know what? I'm just going to launch Arena, and I'm just going to run a couple of games of Arena just to get the blood flowing and go up against some actual players. That would be really nice. But to say that as a brand new player coming into the game, my opinion would be you'd be better off playing Tarkov first, so you could get all the aspects of it. You could get the, like I said, the fundamentals down, and get the map knowledge, gear fear, how you're going to be moving and navigating across the map, your play style, and everything like that down before you go over to Arena. Now, my friend, like I said, he was more so on the optimistic side, right? He was saying that, and this is true, that a lot of people, including us, when we play, have an issue with pushing, right? When you're playing Tarkov and you may have gear fear, or you might just be nervous and timid to move because you don't want to die. That plays into the element of it too, right? Like not wanting to die. You don't move and you're timid. And I don't want to go on a whole rant because I'm getting sidetracked, but he was saying that when you play Arena, if you continuously play, you get confident with the guns and the loadout and the set that they give you and things like that. You'll eventually, and of course you're going up against better and better players as you go higher and higher in the ranking system, you'll get confident, and it's just a fast track. It's a fast track to being able to use certain weapons and ammo that you might not get access to if you don't have enough time to play the base game. And the quicker and easier you play Arena, the better that you'll get at the base game, because you'll be playing it faster. So I can definitely see both viewpoints of it. And like I said, y'all, I'm definitely thinking that this is going to be a positive overall to Tarkov. I don't think it's going to be negative at all. I don't think, all that talk about, oh, this is splitting your community and this is splitting the fan base and this isn't good. I think that's all bullshit. Like, Nikita and Battle State Games, I think they made a wonderful decision bringing this in, and it brings variety. And like I said, this is going to bring back people who haven't played for a long time, people who want to pick up the game for the first time. It's brand new content. It's exciting, it's entertaining, and it gives you progression. It gives you something to do, an extra thing to do on top of everything else that Tarkov has. Like I said, my final thoughts on it, if you're going to be a brand new player to Tarkov for the first time ever, I'd recommend on my end to play Tarkov first. Get used to the maps, because remember, not a lot of them, but some of these maps are little branches from the main game. For example, Sawmill, I think that's what it's called. Shit, I'd have to look back, but I think Sawmill, which is Woods, is just a way smaller version. So I'd say play the base game first and get your basics down, and then move on to Arena. But let me know, y'all, what y'all thought of this video, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Have you played it? Are you waiting to actually get into Arena? Are you excited for it? Or are you just like, oh no, I really don't give a shit about it. It's something that's cool, that's nice, but I'm not going to even play it. At first, I'm not going to lie, my mentality was that I was going to play it as, like I said earlier, something to just get away from Tarkov whenever Tarkov pissed me off, or I just wanted to play something, but I didn't want to actually go into a raid. Like when you do that, but I'm going to rant, here I go rant again. Y'all have done that, right? You've done that when you're just sitting at your PC, you're just like, damn, I ain't got shit to play. Damn, okay, let me get on some Tarkov. I don't know, man, that's stressful. Going into a raid, and I might lose my shit and get pissed off. I spend 10 minutes in the character screen just to die to a scav, right? And let me switch to Arena instead. Let me just go to Arena. That's what I was looking at Arena as, no more, no less. I honestly wasn't planning on playing it much, and just saying fuck it unless I absolutely wanted to or needed to. But after that conversation with my friend, I decided I'm not going to main it. I'm still going to be on the main base game. That's going to still be my priority, but I'm definitely going to be playing Arena a lot more and using it a lot more, because it does have a lot of things to offer. But once again, y'all, let me know what you think. Are you excited? Are you going to be playing it? Are you going to be skipping it overall? Do you think it's bad? Do you think, am I wrong in your mind? Are you like, no, Tim, you fucking coon, you're wrong, because I think that it's going to hurt the community because XYZ. Let me know, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Tips 918 out of here.